Listen, I said if the store's ever wanting to get rid of these, to call me. It's a real glass Buffalo Trace bottle. I think that this would look great on the shelf, I'm just saying. This is crazy. I haven't seen one of these in the wild, I think, ever. Got some more of that left bank. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We made it to Canada's. I said in the last video, we didn't have enough time. This is about 30 minutes away from Thibodaux, Louisiana, but we made it to Houma today. We're gonna go inside, check out the location. We are just a couple of days before Mardi Gras, and this place is known to have king cakes. I don't know if you can, but there's a giant king cake by the door, and I've come here one time. An amazing whiskey selection. We'll see if it's the same or if they've added anything. We'll see. It's been well over a year though. Check it out. All right, so made it inside of Canada's. It is a giant section of a grocery store. And in here you have a beer cave, there's wine. We're gonna be focusing on this entire shelf here, which is all bourbon and whiskey. And then down there on the counter, we'll talk over some store picks, some great store picks. I've never seen, oh yes I have, Woody Creek Distillery, Colorado straight bourbon whiskey. This is 90 proof, aged a minimum of 4 years. Woody Creek, I gotta hit up Joe. Shout out to Joe Unfiltered. If you haven't already, go check out his channel. Joe's a great friend of mine, and I think he knows a little bit about Woody Creek, at least more than I do, because he still lives out in Colorado. But that price is $47.99 for the Woody Creek Distillery. I just wanted to grab something that I haven't seen before. Let's talk over a couple of these. Lexington, finest Kentucky bourbon whiskey. 86 proof, bottle for Western Spirits by Three Springs Bottling Company. Never seen it. There's so many labels I feel like that I just pass up that I'm not familiar with. Amador being one of them, another one. Amador Whiskey Co. Kentucky bourbon finished in Chardonnay, and then you have one that's finished in Cabernet. $55 and $46. And it has a mash bill, 72, 13, 15. So 72 corn, 13 rye, 15 barley. So we got born in Kentucky, raised in California. That's pretty neat. I'd be interested, actually, if anyone's had anything from Amador, which one is it? Because to me, I would rather buy this one right here. The Cabernet Sauvignon sounds a little bit better. That's a little higher proof, but I wouldn't know without trying it. Anybody Balcones fans, look at that. Balcones Brimstone, that label just kind of caught my eye. $46.99. It's pot distilled Texas scrub oak smoke. Here's another one. I mean, good Lord. Breaking B&E, entering American whiskey. St. George Spirits, 86 proof again. I don't know, $38 though, if anybody knows who makes that one. Got some more of that left bank. That has never happened before since starting a channel. This thing fell off of it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep my hands behind my back. I just shouldn't touch the bottles anymore, I guess. Penelope Wheated for $35. They got pretty much a nice little skew of Penelope, and the Rosé for $49.99. That must be a new bottle. It looks a little different. That gold pops a little bit more, right? 2025, okay, neat. Ben Holiday, he's got soft red wheat bottled in bond, and then let's see, $62.99 on those, and then for the Rickhouse proof, $75. I know out of the Ben Holiday stuff that I've had, or the holiday stuff, I do prefer the Rickhouse proof, although on the back half, I know I've said this in the past, but on the back half of Holiday's products has a little bit of like a wet, dry oak to it that I'm not crazy over personally. I will still always recommend you to try it though, because I know they make good whiskey. I know, it's just not necessarily for me. In the past, I should try it again. I should revisit. It's been about 6 months since I have, but maybe someone will throw it in a blind for me and I might end up loving it soon. That's my plan. This stuff is still to this day, let's see, $65, this is C925. Bernheim Barrel Proof is still one that I can't walk into most liquor stores and just find. It's still somewhat allocated down here in the state. And this is the second time in the state in the last couple of weeks that I've seen it. So that's pretty neat, and it's one that I love. This is like a nutty wheated bourbon. Comes from Heaven Hill too. Damn, look at all their barrel stuff. Oh my goodness. Starts here and it comes all the way down. What's the best one out of those? I gotta go with these two. And by the way, Seagrass tastes amazing. I love that bottle. I don't know if I've had the Vantage. Blend of straight bourbon whiskey, finished in Mizunara, French oak, and toasted American oak. Don't think I've had Vantage at all. Maker's Cash Wreath for $42.99. They also have the Cash Wreath 46 for $60.99. Jefferson's Cash Wreath up here, $69.99. That's the one to get right there. Ooh. If you had to pick, which Cash Wreath bottle would you pick? Maker's 46 or Jefferson's Cash Wreath? I'm gonna go Jefferson's Cash Wreath by a hair, personally. Redwood, a couple of those. Got the Van Dusen. Here we go. Ready? Got kayaking on a lake. Flip it up. We got it now. I love it. I'm gonna show it every time. You got this one, Foggy Burl. This looks like a newer batch on the bottom label. This is batch number 3, 94 proof, and 55 barrels make up this blend. I remember this was the first of their limited edition release with this looking label that I tried. This was my buddy Nate. We were at his house in the basement filming a video. I think we even got that on video. You'd have to scroll way down the channel to find it. But that was one of the first bottles that I reviewed on the channel. And I loved it. It's one of the ones that made me fall in love with the brand. I think it's so unique. This one though, this is like what I love about the brand. Oh, this is a new one, but they don't have a tube. Oh, I wonder why they took it out the tube. Anyway, they have it here for $79.99. What did I grab this for recently? $69, I think, in one of my last couple videos at Champagne's in Abbeville, the one with the dusty decanter bottle. If you haven't seen that video, I grabbed one of these new tins for 69 bucks. Single barrel vertical series. These 10-year picks can just be absolutely outstanding. OTB 04, let's see, this is 116.8 proof, 99 bucks. So look, when someone asked me if you had $100 in the liquor store right now to spend, like a $100 bill, that's what I'm buying. I know after tax it's gonna be a little bit more, but it's listed at right at 100. This would probably be it for that $100 tag. Now, if you were asking me to spend less than 100, I can pick anything on this shelf, but right at $100 tag, it's hard to beat those in my opinion, especially a pick. This is crazy. I haven't seen one of these in the wild, I think ever. New Riff Sherry Finish barrel proof without chill filter. Dude, like, this is 100% coming home with me. I forgot how good that this bottle was. So I'm gonna explain something. A buddy of mine sent me a sample of this a long time ago. When I got it in the mail, I tasted it, I fell in love with it. To me, it tasted like Weller Foolproof, which is weird, right? Because when you read what this is, it is malted rye whiskey finished in Oloroso and Eximen sherry cask. Rye whiskey tasting like a wheated bourbon. I don't know how to explain it, okay? But it's better than foolproof. It's even more complex, it's got more flavor, and that sherry finish takes on so well. For this price of $56.99, I thought that this was easily an $80 bottle. So I'm definitely gonna take this home for sure. Knob Creek 12 years, $65.99. It's excellent. They got the Eli Manning as well, 118.8 proof for $57.99. Old Forester, single barrels, $89.99 right there. Any Rare Character fans, I'm not sure what this one it is, but Rare Character limited release, batch number 6, straight rye whiskey, 89 bucks. Listen, I said if the store's ever wanting to get rid of these, to call me. It's real glass Buffalo Trace bottle. I think that this would look great on the shelf. I'm just saying. Nah, I'm messing with him though. I came last time. Last time I came in here, I tried to get him. I was like, hey, listen, if you ever want to get rid of those, I'm your guy. And he's like, everyone says that. And I was like, you're probably right. All right, we got OESK, OBSF, single barrels for $44.99 and plenty of that winter blend, that winter whiskey from New Riff for $69.99. Saw that last time that I came up this way and I've never seen it before. Now I've seen it again. And then I want to show you some of their store picks too. We'll go back and start with the barrels and then I'll show you the rest on the counter. So we have a Blue Note, Canada's pick for $50. We have this Knob Creek cash strength single barrel for $69.99. A Jack Daniels, this one's 65 bucks. This Heaven's Door was actually delicious, I remember it. Butterscotch, like a caramel, popcorn, butterscotch bomb. It was great for $70. Wilderness Trail Bourbon. This one is 60 bucks. Old Ezra Foolproof for 60 bucks. And then this is so cool, look. We got a Four Roses. This is an OESO, 8-year, 8-month, $99.99. There's that Blue Note. We have some Woodinville. There's that Old Soul, Stellum. Some more Jack. An Elijah Craig single barrel for $89.99. He's even got a Russell's barrel pick for $70. Plenty of this left too, by the way. He's got a Remus straight bourbon for $60 right there. A low proof Elijah Craig. It's age stated at 9 years old, but this is a lower proof for 30 bucks. I bet that's pretty solid. He's got some of his Larceny pick right here for $70. I also bet that that's incredible. I've only seen a couple of these Larceny store picks, but for the most part, man, these are just gonna be bangers. 132.9 proof, 7-year. I wonder if he has it open to taste. I'd like to taste that. And then he only has 3 of these left, but this is called If You Know, You Know. See the bridge right there? The bridge opening it up. 117.5 proof. It's a 7-year, 7-month Rare Character for $99.99. And then a little bit more of that Clyde Mays with Snoop Dogg. This is the case here at Canada's, and we'll walk through some of these that they got. Pretty solid stuff. Peerless Double Oak Rye. You got Peerless High Rye, Peerless Toasted, and then here's some of the Bardstown. They have a Disco 10 for $139, and then they have the Disco 13. So there, yeah, it is $140. That's definitely a try before I buy, no doubt. We have a bunch of K-Loop signed Jonathan Mazzano rye bottles, it looks like, for $114. A couple more of their offerings. That Willet purple top right there. Still, I actually haven't had it, but everyone that I've talked to said that it's not worth $279. Preservation Distillery, some of their products right here. Still haven't tried much from them. I did taste this. You remember this, Grant? This is that maple whiskey. So it's not maple finish. They actually add a little bit of maple syrup to already really old whiskey. I know it sounds gimmicky and weird, and I would never pay $170 for it, but it was delicious. I'll say that. It was really, really, really good. Woodford Masters Collection, Distiller Select. There's that rye for $134. Some old Louisville stuff down there too. It's pretty popular, getting popular. Heaven Hill Grain to Glass, everything but the weeded, pretty much. And then there's a Gatsby. Oh my gosh, look, they have a Gatsby for $289 right there. And then they have this one for $250. I don't know what the difference is, but hey, look, I'll just say it. If I had more money, I would buy both of those probably, because that is worth it to me. This year's release, I don't know which one is this year's or if any of them are this year. I got sent a sample of it and absolutely worth it. $250. Yeah, it reminded me of a Russell's 15, what I got on Russell's 15. That same rich, sweet oak, the finish lasted forever. I was a huge fan of it. And when I found out that it was $250 or less normally, that one's, I guess that might be the newest batch, but at the normal price that they're at, I can officially say it's worth it, and I would buy it if I could afford it. And then last but not least, behind the counter, there's a couple of these. I thought this was interesting. The Sam Adams Utopias. These beers are $2.99 each for one beer. I'll pop up a picture of what this bottle looks like outside of the box, but I believe it's like 30 proof beer too, something nuts. Anyway, a couple of Elijah Craig 18s for $160. Got some Angel's Envy special edition in that cask strength. And here's some scotch if anybody's interested as well. I know that they do have a pretty solid selection compared to what I've normally, seen in a lot of the stores. I just don't know what to grab. Not that big of a scotch drinker. All right, done here at Canada's, first stop of the day. I really can't believe that I found this. New Riff, they got the Kentucky straight malted rye whiskey, sherry finish, man. I got to taste this just a couple of times, never personally owned one. I've been on the hunt for it ever since, but never saw it on the shelf. Got this for around, I think after tax, it was $70, so great first bottle of the day. See you at the next stop. Change of plans. We are now back in Lafayette, Louisiana. It's a few later. We were at Canada's, and unfortunately, Grant, the cameraman here, was not feeling too good, so we had to make a bolt home that day, let him get some rest. But it's a few days later now, and we're back in our hometown. We're gonna come to this Rouses here, which is pretty close to actually where I was at today. I had a couple of appointments to do, and we're gonna go inside, check out the shelves. I know we come here how long ago? Maybe a couple months, 2-3 months ago. They did have some of their rare character picks out, and that was about the time Sazerac Foolproof made the announcement that it was coming out. I remember looking for it here, but I couldn't find it. We're gonna go see what they have today. We'll see you inside. So this is a 9-year Elijah Craig pick for $89.99. This is an old school Rouses one, Rouses Pinhook, and then they have a 10-year as well, $99.99. That's not a pick though, that's just the regular vertical series. The new Sazerac 100 proof. It's got the liter and 750s. Earlier in one of the videos that I did, I said they should make a liter or a 175 in the foolproof, and someone said that they do. I still have yet to see them. So if that's the case, I'm on the hunt for that. I want a bigger size bottle, but if not, they should make that. JT Melick new 6-year, high proof, small batch, kind of standard, right? We see those at every single store right next to each other, all three of those from the lineup. And then this is the regular selection. We'll talk about an allocated cabinet and just see. Oh, I have seen this last time we came, the Dead Guy whiskey, 80 proof, ocean aged in oak barrels for at least 2 years. Still haven't heard much about it or tried it myself. Ammunition bourbon. This is a goal of mine in 2026. I want to start these brands that I've always seen on the hunts and we've always talked about. And I've always asked you what you think about them. I want to start trying them. Not for $50 today though, but I do want to make it a point this year in 2026. I'm going to get better about buying some of these bottles that I just haven't heard of, and no one really talks about. This being one of them. Do they make their own stuff? Distilled in Lawrenceburg, finished and bottled by Ammunition. So I'm guessing it's MGP, but I like MGP whiskey. There's nothing wrong with it. And I guarantee you one of these small companies, one of these small labels that we've been passing up knows what they're doing with MGP. And my goal is to find that. Let's do it. What is this? Did y'all know Old Ezra did you know they did picks? $60 for this? Old Ezra Rouses. This is a 7-year bourbon, distilled and aged Kentucky Lux Row. Wow, I had no clue that they did that. Barrel filled in 2018. That's brand new to me. $60 for an old reservoir pick, though, I would bet is wonderful. That's crazy. Someone also commented the other day and said that James E. Pepper started doing picks. The decanter bottles. I had no clue that James E. Pepper decanter store picks existed just like that. Rebel 100, solid bottle, by the way. This one we don't talk about enough. 6-year, 100 proof, $48. Love it. Dang, look at that. American Hero Edition, but the 175, holy moly, $40 for this bad boy, 175. And 90 proof on these. I've always said these are better than the regular 1783. I cannot confirm it, but I will say someone in the Evan Williams workshop, an employee, told me when I visited Kentucky one time, he told me that these in particular 1783s are aged in a different warehouse. A much more sought after warehouse is what he said. I don't know how much truth there is to that story, but if you can confirm, let me know. I will say it does taste a little better. There might be some truth. Maker's 46 cash ring. Almost a slam dunk. What do you call that? Like a brick, a layup? It's close. $60.99. Rouses, sometimes those will go on deals though. That I just recommend that you wait for that deal. Got a couple of picks. This is a toasted pick for $67.99 and the Architect, $57.99 right there. God, this is a beautiful bottle, huh? This might be one of the coolest looking bottles on the shelf. This one is 125 proof bottle for Donnie Rouse. So it is a pick again. A single barrel, is it? Yeah, private cask. I love Chicken Cock personally. I think it's an underrated, slept on brand. This one is $63.99. Some of their stuff could be a little higher, but $60 price range, Kentucky bourbon. These are sleepers, man, for sure. I'll probably pick that one up myself soon and let you know about it because I'm interested. I love that. Knob Creek. Oh, that's an Eli pick. Okay, they got an Eli Manning pick here. This one is $57.99, 120 proof. And then they also have their own pick, 119.8 proof for $65.99. Penelope Tokai barrel, 86. Am I crazy or that label's a little crooked? Is it a little crooked? Yeah, it is. That's pretty neat. Little default, 104 proof on that one. Penelope Toasted, that's more of the toasted pick right there. This is where the bourbon used to be. Then they completely transformed it into wine. I'm not a wine drink. I like wine. I'm not a big wine drinker, but that is beautiful. Nice little selection. Here's what's behind the cabinet today at Rouses off of Johnson Street. A couple of Horse Soldier. There's a Kentucky Owl Batch 10. Is that $330? Oh my. I don't know. Are they still releasing new products since what happened with their company? I'm not too sure. Bon and Lillard, $55.99. Last time they were stacked with the WB Saffel. I didn't see that today, but they have the High West Boo Rye. That's a fantastic bottle. It's a 2025 release, which I would highly recommend for $125. To me, if you like very sweet, almost like a finished flavor to your whiskey, I personally like port wine finishes. That almost tasted like a port wine finish, even though it was just bourbon and rye mixed together. It's fantastic and worth the spin. Whistle Pick 12, there's a Maker's Mark pick. I'm not too sure why that would be in the cabinet. Down here, Orphan Barrel. What does that say? Castle's Curse? That's a badass label. 14-year. It's a Scotch for $180. $45 for that 1792 single barrel, and then a full proof Rouse's pick. Oh, also, can't pass it up. Dickel 17, you cannot pass that up. No, here's my thing with Dickel 17 though. It's delicious. It really is outstanding. It is $250 though. You can go and buy a Dickel store pick, a single barrel, 15-year-old, almost every time though. If you look on the neck tag, it'll tell you the actual true age of the whiskey that's inside. Just the label say 15. At home, I have a pick that's almost 18 years old and that bottle costs $60. So you can find 17-year-old Dickel for much less than $250. That's my only knock about that specific bottle whenever it came out. It didn't make sense. How are you going to charge us only $60 for a 15-year-old pick, but then up the price quadruple for a 17? So it's good though. This is where the WB Saffel was. I knew it was on one of these end caps. Look, and then look, it's right next to these. Have you guys ever seen these little mini Four Roses? I've never seen that before. $27.99 for the small batch select, and then $17.99 for the regular small batch. And then this looks like a little dedication to some Louisiana products. Some more Mellick. We got Bywater right there. Whiskey Tree, that's a high rye, no weeded. Good Earth, straight bourbon whiskey, 95 proof, extra sugar filled, and just a couple other stuff. You know what though, while we're here, I've never done this before, is just show you the rest of the store. Maybe you might like other things besides just whiskey, so let's go through each shelf together. This one we kind of did already. It's vodka, a little bit of Louisiana stuff, and an end cap. We saw the whiskey shelf, talked about some of the wine. Down here is like just looks like gin, your stuff for your mixers. So we got gin over here, pretty decent selection next to some rum as well. You guys like white rum, or do you prefer like a darker aged rum? Personally, I like the aged rum. Check out some beer too. Lots of local craft beers. And you know what's cool? Rouses will let you do a build your own 6-pack. I think it's down there in the fridge aisle, but you can go put together your own 6-pack to take home for a set price. It's pretty nice. And then there's a cold spot. You can go get the same selection you're seeing out here. Cool the rest of the beer. This entire space, watch this. Stay right there, Grant. This entire space, you see this? Is their entire selection. Wine, whiskey, beers behind you. They got it all. And this is at almost every Rouses. We're gonna have to start doing this at every store that we go to, just so you can see the rest of the store. That was it. That's gonna do it for today's video. We stopped at Homa in the beginning, and then now we're back in Lafayette. But I thought that was pretty cool at the end. Showed the rest of the selection. In this video, I did grab that new Riff sherry finish. I did crack it too, and I've had a taste of a Buddy's in the past, so that's what really made me wanna buy that bottle. It is the best bottle I've had out of the new Riff distillery, hands down. It's delicious, I love it. I'm already on the hunt for a backup because I know that one's gonna be really hard to come across again. It already was. I've been hunting for a year for that bottle. So I'm really happy that we're going away with that one. Thank you guys so much always for watching, supporting, subscribing. Make sure you check out the links below. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.